Well, good day, Model Railroaders. Today we're going to take a look at the Rustic Barn by Woodland Scenics. It's a kit, and by the looks of the kit, it should be pretty easy, just because it says right on the box, interlocking wall and alignment system, and pre-finished edges. So, should be easy enough that way. So let's have a look at what you get inside the box. So the very important first thing that you're going to see instructions, picture of the barn on the front, all the pieces and parts, and 5 steps on how to put it together. Not too hard. Then of course you got silo and some blackout paper and how to make the roof look old, some rope to put on there as a pulley. So yeah. And of course you get a little bit of grass, fine turf if you want to sprinkle that on the roof for moss. Pretty sure that would be the windows. And there's the blackout paper that you put inside so you can see through the windows but you can't see to the other side. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you want to see the other side? So we'll see if we put that in or not. And of course the big bag of parts with a big glare on it. So looks pretty simple enough. Even the silo's done for you. You can see that already. It's round. There we go. See it at the bottom. And you can see what they mean about interlocking parts. They got lots of little tabs on there. So, okay, we'll open it up and have a look. So we get her all out of the bag. I think it's going to be a pretty simple kit to build. All the parts are pretty big, but you can see what they mean about the alignment system. You got 2 little pegs there, and there's 2 little pegs that they'll fit right in there. And then these are tapered down here. Kind of see that maybe. So they should fit right together and not be able to see the little lines in there or the cracks. So not too many sprues, but there is quite a bit of stuff to take off, and probably have to get some sandpaper or a file or something. Doors. Guess that'd be the front of the barn. Sides. The other side. Guess the door's not going to open since it's molded right in there. Like I said, there's the silo. Little side piece, I think, maybe, I don't know. We'll find out when we look at the instructions. And that'll be the little top part for the weather vane. So, but first thing I'm noticing is it's all gray, all of it. So we're gonna have to get the paints out first and paint it up. So see you after I've done that. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got them all painted up the way I think I want them anyway. Wasn't too hard to paint them. The hardest part, I guess, would be the windows, and that's just because you got to have a small brush and a really steady hand. I'm not sure if I had either one of them. So, but as far as painting goes, a lot of the parts actually stick up a little bit, so they're not too hard to paint. But like I said, small brush, steady hand, you get a long way from that. And I just tried a little bit of brown on the front of that one too, just to see if I could weather it a little bit. So let me know what you think about that. We could always do that later on after it's built anyway. So let's get to building this thing. Okay, so for putting this one together, you can't get much easier than this. It's got the little tabs here, flanges that it fits into. Push them in and it locks together. And then on the instructions it tells you to put a bead of glue down the side, and you just continue to go around until it's built. So we'll get this done, or this part of it done anyway, and take a look at it. So here we got the outside walls done, and we got part of the roof thrown on there, and just letting the other side dry a little bit. But there's little tabs here. There's 2 little pieces up there. So this would go like that into those little tabs underneath, and then you're supposed to push it down to mold into the building and let the glue dry. So, but don't glue the roof on yet. So we'll let the other side dry first, then we'll come back to this. Okay, so once you get this far, since the next part is to paint all the detail parts, so pretty sure we did all that already. Next part is install the windows, but I'm not going to worry about the windows. Can always do those later, I guess, if it doesn't look right on the layout. And finish assembly is the next part, and that is install all the detail parts. So I'll get into putting these all together and show you what it's like when it's done. Well, you always get a couple stubborn pieces that just don't quite want to fit square, so there's always different ways to hold things down, and that just lets you move on to the next part. So glue the walls to the other silo, well, to the silo. We'll let that dry, and we'll let the top piece dry, and then we'll get it all together and we should be done. Okay, so like I said, this kit's pretty simple to go on because everything has got little tabs. So you just line up all the little tabs and push. Hold down so the glue will dry. Sometimes you actually have to hold it with your fingers. Cheapers. And this side's just waiting for that to dry up too. So the only thing basically left to do is the roof. So we'll get to that in a minute. So the overall thoughts from the Woodland Scenics Rustic Barn is, if you're a beginner, this kit will be right up your alley. With all the tabs that they have, and it just kind of snaps together. And then, of course, using a bit of glue, keep it all together. And like I said, I opted not to put the windows in it just because I want to be able to see in it a little bit clearer. So, but with painting, and I do suggest you paint this one first just to make it a little bit easier for you. And the biggest thing that I messed up on was I put these sidewalls on here. This one already comes on. There's another one inside there. If I lift it up, you can see that. Oop, right there. So I put all those walls on, then I put the silo on it, and then I had this roof piece to put on. And this roof piece here snaps in there first, plus it has a snap there, and a snap on that center wall, and a snap back here. And then of course, didn't quite line up on this side over here. So you can see a little bit of a gap on that one. A little bit of touch-ups with some paint, but I think we're overall going to be pretty good with that. So, it should start my farming scene on my layout. Not sure if I'm going to want a second barn though. Well, I guess we'll find that out when we do it. Okay guys, we'll talk to you later on. Bye for now. So there we go with the Woodland Scenics Rustic Barn. That's the picture they give you of it. And that is the Sparky version of it. So painted mine red, white doors, brown. You spin around.